more about you, because we know that you originally actually graduated as in electrical engineering. You've
Yeah.
done, you've done modeling, you've done directing, you've got writing credits. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey, let's say from university to where you are now, like a summary of how you got there?
Yeah. So, I mean, acting and entertainment has always been a passion since childhood. But then, I come from a family, from a Middle Eastern family where there's expectations of you to, lawyer, doctor, engineer. That should be your profession in the long run. So I recall when I graduated from Shoifat. It's a school in the Sabbath system. I know there's one in, are you Shoifat too?
I used to teach in Shoifat.
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm a Shoifat student.
So you're very smart. That's clear, because you can only get through that school if you are
I can get the job done.
Learner. That's incredible.
I'm glad we still have that reputation. Yeah. So yeah, I graduated college, and then the plan was, with a good education like Shoifat, you can travel anywhere in the world. So to me, I always had my eyes on the U.S. Because Hollywood is here. But I ever since I was a kid, I sort of planned this whole thing out. It's like, let me go there, let me get my degree, to make my parents satisfied, because I owe them, right? They take care of you, they nurture you. It's a cultural thing. And then once I get my degree, I can go do whatever I want. But then when I came to the U.S., I studied, I got my degree. I realized that this industry is it's not as glamorous as it seems behind the scenes. It's harsh. They call Hollywood the land of broken dreams for a reason. So what I ended up doing is, like, I would use my engineering job. I ended up working in consulting. I'd use my consulting job and fund my acting career. So in the beginning, I'd be working my job, and during lunch breaks, I go to auditions. This was in Minneapolis, and I would start booking gigs, one after the other, and big ads, big commercials, locally in Minneapolis. And then once I had a decent resume, I moved to LA, to pursue bigger dreams. And then in LA, that's where my job served me the most, because I partnered with like-minded individuals, like fraternity brothers. His name was Andres, and then we produced our very first short film. And the way we did that is, it was all behind the scenes for me. And I'm telling you, and it hurt so bad, because, deep down, I'm a performer. I love being in front of the camera. I love performing. I love expressing myself, right? But I was behind the scenes, and the idea behind that is, we need to understand how filmmaking works. We need to understand the elements that need to come together to bring a film together. So that's why him and I, all we did was just finance. We paid to be behind the scenes. We had a producer, we had a director, an AD, the whole crew. We had a full crew, and we're just watching behind the scenes as producers. And I'm here learning. And that was my first experience making my first film. And after that, I started jumping into short film after short film after short film, kept getting better and better until I built my reel. So now I have a reel that I can showcase my talent, different characters I can play, my skill set. Keep in mind, while doing that, I'm taking acting classes on the side. Because that's one thing everybody asks: have you studied, or are you studying? Right. So it got to a point where my reel was looking solid, and I started, showing it to different agents, and I got signed, and I moved a couple of agents. I switched agencies, but I always had my manager who stuck with me for a while now, because she believed in me. She's also growing her business, so we had a very good relationship between us. So she's still with me today. And yeah, once you find a good manager who's got your back, she'll start getting you into doors to different agencies. And when you have a team of a good manager and an agent, they will start getting you into rooms that you can actually do auditions for legitimate TV shows, bigger projects, and whatnot. But it took a while.
It did take a while. This is a whole journey, and that whole